What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to The Savvy Show. And in today's episode, TheRubber dropped another animation for us, guys, and this one looks pretty spicy. This is SCP-968 Tar Baby. So this actually looks like a straight up version of the BLOB, but a tar version of it. I hope it's something along the lines of that. That'd be kind of cool if you have, like, you know, a murderous rampage blob-esque SCP running around causing a muck. But hey, only way to find out though is to dive deep. So with that being said, if you guys are excited for this reaction and you guys enjoy my content, please remember to smash that like button for me. Show some love and support. It really helps the channel grow, it means the world, and it takes less than a second, and it's free. So come on now. And also remember, smash that sub button, join the family. I make content like this all the time for you guys. So if you enjoy SCP content, you like my reaction style, this is the best place to be on the tube to get your fix of SCP heat. You won't regret it. Remember to hit that bell as well so you do not miss an upload. So with all out the way, without any further ado, let's get this show started. Alrighty, SCP-968 Tar Baby. Let's go.
Viewer discretion is advised. A very distraught-looking Foundation agent walked into his commanding officer's room. He calmed himself and approached the desk.
Alrighty.
Sir, I think you need to take a look at what our cameras captured last night. Listen, son, I don't care if somebody stole something or slacked off. I've had men went missing ever since that damn expedition. And today, just another man is gone as well. I don't have time for trivia now, so you better make this quick. What do you want? He shouted at the agent, who had been expecting his CO's sour mood and was not fazed in the slightest by this outburst. If this is a trivia, it'd be a bad one that no one wants the answer to, sir. The agent handed out a flash drive. The CO took it and plugged it into his computer and pressed play.
Might get fired.
It was a recording from last night in the boiler room. On the screen, a guard was goofing off and shirking his duties, drinking in what he thought to be an area without surveillance.
On the clock?
That's
Dang.
Jacobson.
Drinking that
He's
Henny.
the one that went missing this morning. The CO rolled his eyes, but then perked up and leaned forward at what happened next. The guard found something on the ground that was not meant to be there.
Yo.
Upon careful inspection, the
Blah,
CO
baby.
swore under his breath when he saw a midnight black and oily-looking baby.
Black?
The guard reached out to it and touched one of its fingers. It went straight to hell after that.
Yo. I'm surprised it's black looking at the thumbnail because it looks golden-esque. However, it is called Tar Baby for a reason.
The baby reduced itself to a large puddle of oil and quickly grasped onto the guard's arm, rendering him unable to pull away. The CO watched flabbergasted as the guard was violently pulled to the ground and partially into the puddle.
Yo.
Rivers of that oily substance snaked their way up to his body.
Is it eating him?
And began ripping and tearing at his skin. Then came the screams. He wailed in pain
Tar
and
Baby
attempted
don't
to use
play.
his radio, but the thing gripped his free hand, preventing him. The CO shook his head in disbelief as his skin, tendons, flesh, and organs systematically split, shredded, and presumably digested until nothing was left.
Okay, this is pretty much the blob. I'm loving it. I'm loving this. And also, this dude is just running around the SCP Foundation without being contained. Like, this is so unique because most of the time the SCP Foundation comes to the SCP, not the other way around. Like, this guy's headhunting. Like, what the heck?
Once done, it retreated somewhere into the dark of the boiler room. He paused the playback,
Getting revenge for his
finally
fallen
feeling the
SCPs.
gravity of the situation. He ordered the agent to block off the boiler room. Could it be? Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you an SCP Foundation Keter-class object, SCP-968.
I really like the beginning intro of that part. Definitely captivates you in. Rubber, you're doing good so far, man. I'm loving the heat.
SCP-968, also known as Tar Baby, appears as black, adhesive, high-viscosity oil. The entity is made up of an absurd number of protozoa that work together to accomplish their goal, devouring their prey. The Foundation is unaware of how 986 functions, as it lacks a nervous system and an endocrine system. The cells of 986 use unique and specialized flagella that allow them to connect with other cells, to enable them to greatly increase their pulling and tearing capabilities.
Okay.
Not only that, but they can also use them to stick to surfaces with ease. Escape is near impossible once it gets a hold of you. In order to hunt for its food, 986 will take the shape of a wounded creature, and even mimic a human child to attract other humans. It is believed that it has somehow learned that members of a species will be concerned for such wounded creatures or ones that are very young. How it learned to do so is both equally disturbing and remarkable. Once it has successfully lured its prey, the prey typically will fight back, but it will only further ensnaring them with a 986 due to its extreme tethering ability. After the prey has been sufficiently grappled onto, it will be dragged to a body of water to be drowned, or to a hidden den to be consumed.
What? Wouldn't it already be dead after he eats it? It's basically like ripping him apart. Why would you need to drown him if he's already dead? I could get the den part, you know, he might want some privacy eating his din, but the drowning? That doesn't really make any sense.
The victim is then ripped to shreds on a microscopic level as they are slowly consumed.
I thought he already started the process of tearing him apart. I thought this is where he consumes him. Does he need to be like completely dead for you to actually, you know, consume him or something?
Attempts to freeze 968 for analysis have proven extremely hazardous. It conducts heat through friction and metabolism, keeping parts of itself from freezing. It uses its frozen parts as structures for its tendrils to act against, much like muscle on a bone. It is advised not to continue freezing attempts, as 968 may learn to use the bone structure of its prey to escape or attack Foundation personnel. The following is an entry, a report by a member of MTF Epsilon 9, which was dispatched to contain 968.
Let's hear it.
Log entry 5. Name, Sergeant John Hawk of MTF Epsilon 9.
This boy tweaking.
Status, alive. Last remaining member of Task Force Epsilon 9.
This boy's definitely tweaking.
The task was simple. Go to Africa, and to contain a pool of viscous liquid that had been terrorizing local villagers.
It was in Africa.
We were dispatched after an idiotic reporter published a video of an old man being dragged, screaming into a large pool of water. The poor bastard didn't stand a chance. After all, when a gigantic snake-looking thing from hell wraps itself around someone, only a moron would run to help. Anyhow, more and more villagers vanished after getting spirited away by a shadow creature.
Spirited away.
But after that acquisition mission, I can confidently say that it's anything but a shadow. That mission, damn it, the mission should have gone well. We got enough firepower to bring down a small nation, and data on the thing for a quick and easy capture. We then started searching for it as we knew what it was capable of. The mood was tense,
Let's see your
to
capture
say the least,
plan. I want
as
to
we
know
moved
that.
through the savannah looking for any traces of oil. Funny, a bunch of Americans on foreign soil looking for oil. Except that it's not the kind that brings fortune and wealth, but only death and dirt. The locals didn't like our interference regardless, oil or not.
I mean, I wouldn't like him.
I wouldn't like it either. Into pairs and find the children as the thing was most likely trying to ensnare them. Me and Colt, the captain, headed north. And that was when our little safari trip descended to hell.
Yep, there we go.
Soon enough, we saw those things.
Multiple toy babies?
Dozens of infants located at random spots. Aside from their slick black oily
there's
surfaces,
only one of them.
They looked real. Too real. I was behind him when we were approaching him.
Oh my god.
He stopped suddenly.
It's over.
As he was trapped in something like a web created from that creature's body.
Army of them.
It quickly began to cover his body and pull him into different directions. He begged me to do something, so I aimed my flamethrower at him.
Yeah, shoot him or kill him.
Anything but that, he shouted.
Yeah, shoot that
Listen
dude,
to your
bro.
captain's orders, they say. But I shouldn't have. I should have just used it then and there. Instead, like a fool, I fired my pistol at it, which was about as effective as throwing stones at a burning building.
No, you should have shot him in the head. I thought that's what he's talking about. I thought he's saying like, yo, put me out of my misery. Don't let me die like this, like type shit. But did that boy actually think he could still be saved? Yo, I would have been like, yo, Cap, I'm sorry, but this is the best I could do. And give him a swift death, but I mean, to each their own.
It did absolutely nothing. The next thing I knew, Colt was flayed alive. From then on, I never hesitated using my flamethrower every other second. Damn thing had fine web-like threads attached to animals and holes and whatnot. Over 2 miles. 2 miles. One by one, my men dropped like flies, either by getting ambushed and snared like Colt was with no one around to burn it, or were pulled by their feet and taken to God knows where to get digested. Every time we blasted pieces of it, it retreated in the same direction. No doubt to where the main body was. Then it was just me
Main
and
body. So these are legit the little tar babies of the main tar king. Yo, or tar queen. Who knows?
The two of us regrouped, and we had cornered the thing to a large tree.
Okay.
She was carrying a vacuum-sealed containment unit.
Ooh.
Not only did I have to protect her through this whole damn situation, I had to get that thing onto the unit without killing her.
Really like that?
I was successful in one of those endeavors.
Oh no.
I unleashed hellfire all over that thing, while So was at the ready opposite of me. That sludge leaped from the tree
She died, though.
towards So, with me trailing behind. She had the unit on the ground, open, and had a flamethrower ready as well.
Because that would make sense why the tar baby's at the SCP Foundation, and possibly why she's not around.
Together, we used our flames to corner it towards the container, but out of nowhere, it lashed out a tendril at So. It got her face.
Oh my god,
I
not
burned
the
the
face.
thing as best as I could to get it off of her, but it was like it knew what I was doing. It went into the containment, dragging So along with it.
Wow, was so?
I learned too late that it had infiltrated her body and digested her insides.
Oh my god.
Poor girl ended up as its final snack before I sealed the unit shut.
Jesus.
She wasn't moving when I shut it. I emerged from the forest, covered in soot, entrails, and whatever my pickup crew was telling me.
God.
I was told I was successful. It doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, I
On
wouldn't
the
feel
way
like
back,
it either.
the pilot was
For me.
talking about his previous trip to Africa and how much he had learned to appreciate life since then after seeing the slums and villages. Me,
You're lucky you didn't
caked
see a
in
tar
African
baby.
mud and dirt and blood of my own teammates, only wished to burn the damn thing in the cage. We bring back a piece of this tar baby, and it'll take away the entire base. I can still
God.
hear their screams. Colt, So, everyone. You hear that in every movie, so you think it's cliche. But nothing is a cliche when it's happening to you. I'm
Got a point.
sorry. End log.
Dang.
Remember to
That's
check out...
heavy. Yo, rubber. Yo, this was heat. This was heat. And this is a dope SCP to go in with, bro. Like, I actually like this SCP a lot. I loved the Blob when I was younger, when I used to watch it a shit ton of times. And just seeing basically a SCP version of it, that's really dope, man. It's really dope. I don't know, maybe it's just my own biased opinion about it, but I really like this SCP animation. And also, let me know what you thought about the bigger tar king or queen, where the tar baby was coming from and was retreating back to. Who is that? Is that like the main one? Like, is there like just one main tar baby or tar king, and then he produces these tar babies? Who knows? I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. And also, if you guys enjoyed it, please remember to smash that like button for me. It really helps the channel grow. Let's get 80 likes on this one. And also remember, hit that bell so you don't miss an upload. And now, unfortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one.